Sammayam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritam Vande Bhagavantam Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In this prayer, we were remembering with profound reverence and gratitude the entire lineage of our teachers. This knowledge of the truth of life and also the truth of ourselves has been coming down to us directly from God Himself. God alone knows Himself and God alone can reveal Himself. Everything came later on. And the people who came later on, they were having limited faculties. So, how we look upon at this knowledge is that the beauty and the divinity of this knowledge is that God alone can reveal Himself. And what has been revealed has been validated by very thorough, intensive understanding, and it has culminated into our experience also. What we call as Shruti, Yukti and Anubhuti, every knowledge has to be validated by various means. Merely somebody saying that, I am saying this and therefore it is right, well, with due respect. The other teacher is also saying something very, very, passionately and with all the dedication at their command. So, that is not enough. Everybody, they have their own conviction, and whenever they have their conviction, they will be speaking about that with the entire love, compassion and conviction at their command. We do respect anybody who is sharing something good with us, but it has to be logical also. We should be able to appreciate, and once something appears to be very logical, fine, then alone we can really give our heart and soul to it. Education over here does not demand merely your faith, but you have to be a very thoughtful person. You have to inquire. We will be presenting certain facts, but I don't expect right on the first day itself, just please do not accept whatever I am saying A good student is that, who has an open mind. With an open mind, they receive the knowledge. And having, appreciated that what is being communicated, thereafter, I have to really go into that, whether it is fine. It has to be validated, verified. The veracity of the knowledge has to be appreciated by everyone. And where does this logic take us? It has to culminate in my direct experience. I have to realize that, I have to be enlightened about it. So that is the whole path, and it has been coming down from ages. And everybody, they've gone into it with a great skeptic mind also. There have been people who have gone into it with great devotion. And at the same time, we have the tradition of what is called as Shastrarth. Shastrarth was that tradition wherein you present any fact. And this was the land where it was, very, very open. The most democratic country in the whole world from your thought point of view. You present any thought, any possibility, any philosophy, any ideas, everybody used to look at that, hear that, receive that with an open mind, and thereafter analyze that, question that. This was one of the finest, gatherings in the country and the society, where great learned people used to sit down. No animosity, no aversion, no looking down upon somebody else. Oh, you are, a Muslim and a Christian and whatnot. And therefore, this is this land alone where every religion, every thought, they could coexist. But they had to, present their facts with great logic and reasonings. And once it was accepted, when the teachers, they accept, the followers, they accept. So these ideas were not directly aimed at the followers, but basically at the teachers. And thereafter they will be managing their own devotees and students. They had their own system, the infrastructure, the emotional bond and everything, and it's a very beautiful, unique system was there. So this whole tradition started by some great masters, and in the beginning of our teachings, learning is always very appropriate that we express our devotion and reverence to our teachers. Sada Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Guru Paramparam Aham Vande. I salute and prostrate, I do namaskar to this tradition, who have been passing on the knowledge of the truth of life and ourselves. And thus, it has been coming down to us. And here also, I remember my Guruji, he told me, normally I speak truths, but once in a while, I do not speak truths. I enjoy giving some gappas also. I said, well, Guruji, please don't give any, entertainment kind of a thing. I'm very devoted and I've got very limited time, and I'm open to your teaching. Since now I know I'm helpless. That's my habit. What can I do about it? I do that. You have to accept the teacher as they are. You don't have any option. So he says, I'll give you a suggestion. Whatever I say, you have no other option except to think about it very, very deeply, and whatever you consider to be right, then accept that. Otherwise, the rest is all, Gappe. So that is what I am. And I want my student to be really thoughtful. Guruji Satvachan bolte, no, nothing like that. Blind belief has taken a great toll in the life of so many people. Why don't you, use your brains? After all, God has not given us some decorative piece on our shoulders. It's got to be used. Why don't you use that? And come to think of it, not using our brains, is the cause of all problems in the world. Most of the people, they fly blindly. It's been coming down to us. It's been, my parents and my teachers and my family and my gotra, I'm this gotra. And, that great Rishi was my ancestor. Whatever he said was fine. Even mullahs saying like that. Even terrorists are saying like that. All the wars in the world, including the great World War I and II, they fought on the basis of religion. So religion has taken a great toll, and lakhs and lakhs of people, they have died because of that. And why? One thing, this is right, the other faith is adamant that that is not right, and that is right. Why can't we sit down and discuss what is right? I am ready to change, you are ready to change, and we will discuss whatever is considered to be right. We will give our heart and soul. So that has to be the way. So this strange habit of my Guruji turned out to be a very positive habit. Beech mein gappe marna. That is why we had no other option except to question that, think about it, meditate on that, reflect deeply on that. There's a story in the Puranas that in order to get the Amrita, Manthan was done. And in Manthan, on one side were the Devatas and the other side were the Asuras. The good and the bad, the right and the wrong. Both these things facilitate our deep Manthan journey. And therefore, these people also have a role to play. Our opposition in the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha may be creating a lot of nonsense and nuisance there, but they have a great role to play. They present an idea. Whatever Modi ji will say, Rahul Gandhi will say just the opposite. Kejriwal, oh great, he's out of it. The best opposition we could ever dream of. And they will present the other facet. Nobody is compelled to accept them. But we get an opportunity to see the opposite side. And this is so beautiful, not only in appreciating the truth of life, but even in our day-to-day relationships and the social activities. Never be bothered about just the opposite idea. But should not be deterred by that. You are not obliged to follow anything just because somebody is said. Why can't we have an open mind and present our perception and facts as effectively as the other fellow is doing? Then we will be accepting, really properly our conviction. So therefore, this is the way to go. Whatever we are presented with, Shraddha is all about receiving something with an open mind. When you are receiving certain knowledge, at that time, don't be conditioned that you are not even receiving the knowledge. The very hearing is not possible because it's already blocked. No, I'm not going to listen to that. So that is the problem. Shraddha is all about, being an open-minded fellow, that I'll just hear everything, but with due respect, sir, I'm not going to accept just because your body is so long. Your jada, or right now, you don't have a tadi and jada. Mundi, that is called, when we shave off, we are called mundi. Just because you are Kundi doesn't mean I am going to accept. And that's such a beautiful thing. So that is why we just, have a respectful attitude towards whoever has given the truth as understood by them. And thereafter, they invite us to question. There are 3 steps, in any knowledge. That is called Shravana, Manana and Nividhyasana. Shravana is just to hear that. Manana is to reflect deeply on that. And thereafter, having questioned the various aspects of this proposition, thereafter we will assimilate that with all the love at our command. So that is how the knowledge is given over here. We will hear what these teachers are saying. And when it comes to the knowledge of truth, this is a knowledge which is given for moksha. So that is the basic requisite that a person needs to really wish and pray to live a free life. Do you really want a free life? You want to be a free bird, flying up in the infinite skies, and no problems, no boundaries, no limitations. Gliding, observing, enjoying. So whenever a person really aspires for, this is called mukti, freedom. This is the knowledge. Vedanta is the knowledge for people who really aspire for moksha. Now the question is, whenever we say that we want moksha, many people say, well, Guruji, I don't have any bondage. Sorry to disappoint you. I don't have any problem. You may be having problems, so wish you all the best for moksha. I don't have any problems. I get up whenever I wish I want to get up. I eat whatever I want to eat. I go wherever I want to go. I interact with whomsoever I wish. I sleep wherever I want. I sing whenever I want. I can think anything what I like. Where is the bondage? I don't have a bondage. So what is this all science about moksha? Maybe somebody is behind bars and maybe they want moksha. Somebody is so suppressed that he can't speak or she can't go out and all these things. When we see these Muslim women, Teen Talaq and whatnot, they're having so many problems. We appreciate that they need moksha. They need freedom and liberation. But do we have bondage? In case if you do not experience any bondage, then we need to wrap up the class on the first day itself, because here we have Mukta Jana, Jivan Muktaha, one were already liberated ones. So what is the bondage which they are talking about? What is the problem? Even though it is a beautiful thing that we are living in a country, in a society where we have quite a good amount of freedom and comfort level also, prosperity also. It's one of the most booming countries in the world today. Everybody is turning towards this country now. China is now number 2. That is why China is worried, and all this Doklam problem and whatnot. They are worried about that. So we are blessed and we don't have any problems. Well, that is good enough that we don't have any problem to go, to think, to eat, to sing, to sleep, and to relate and to interact. No problem. In case if this much is there, you certainly, realize and thank God for this blessing in your life. But the question is, we are certainly free to do anything. But are we really free to do anything? Or are we compelled to do so many things? That I need comfort, is it your freedom? Is it your choice, or is it compulsion? That you need some security in your life, is it a matter of freedom, your choice, or it's a matter of compulsion? That you need happiness in life, is it a matter of choice, or it's a matter of compulsion? No. Why do you want to know happiness? Why don't you be satisfied with some unhappiness? चलता है थोड़ा सा मिर्चा की तरह, अचार की तरह. Be happy. I want to give you sorrow. Enjoy sorrow. Are you all right? I can't even think of. I want happiness. I want security. I want to know this. I want that. This want, initially, is just like driving a new car. You have a lovely car and you have a lovely road. And you are driving at top of the speed. Wow. हवा के साथ साथ घटा के संग enjoying the driving. But then initially, you want to go full throttle. Then you realize I don't have brakes. I am not driving, I am being driven. The moment you realize that, that which I thought was my freedom is a matter of compulsion. I don't have any choice. I am compelled to do so many things. I am compelled to possess. I am compelled to relate. I am compelled to get joy. I am compelled to get happiness, security. Whenever we realize that there are so many things that it's not a matter of choice but a matter of compulsion, then you start realizing, well, I think I have some bondage. I'm being whipped up to do something. This is just like whipping up to do something. No, I don't want. I cannot say that. I want happiness in life. I want security in life. I want comfort. I want dignity. I want respect. All these things, I want in my life. And when is it that we really want something? When we do not have that. Whatever we are today, we may be very blessed from so many angles. We have a human life, the most potential, the most beautiful manifestation of this entire earth, the acme of evolution. We all are blessed with that. How beautiful it is. I don't know what we did, but we have been blessed to be human beings. Even though every animal, bird, is so beautiful, they're so loving, but the potential which a human being has, nobody has in the creation. They have their own, understanding, their emotion, but the depth of understanding, we all are blessed with that. Thank you, God. I don't know what I did, what we all did earlier, but we got blessed with this highest possible creation. That is good enough. Yet, there are so many other comforts and blessings in life. We keep on, expressing our thanks to God in so many ways, through our pujas, through our worships, through our bhajans, through our mantras. Om Namah Shivaya. O Lord Shiva, please, accept my thanks. Namo Namah. So we've been blessed in so many other ways also. Yet, the thing is, even though we are blessed in so many ways, yet something is lacking inside. And because something is lacking inside, that is why we are being driven to do something. The compulsion of having to do something is because there is something lacking which, maybe we have not yet identified. But in our own very existence, whatever we are, हम जैसे हैं, there is something which is lacking. Even though I am blessed in so many ways, no doubt about that. Like I keep on remembering that ghazal of Drg-Dryshya that यूं तो जिंदगी बड़ी अच्छी तरह गुजर रही है, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ कमी बनी हुई है, something lacking. And because something is lacking, and what is lacking is reflected in our desires. We want happiness, so certainly some happiness could be increased a little more. We want security. I'm basically insecure and I have been blessed in so many ways, but I can certainly increase my security. Security level could be slightly up, increased. Whatever we are seeking, it reflects my status. We may not have reflected on that whatever we are seeking is indicative of my inner status inside. So we are, seeking security, we are seeking joy and happiness and knowledge. We want to live an enlightened life, we want to live a fulfilled life. And in such a way that thereafter there is nothing to seek. What could be the ultimate fulfillment in life? What could be the ultimate status of life? Where you are existing in such a way that nothing in the world can increase your happiness now. It may be a dream. Like there is a song, Imagine. He says, why don't you imagine this? There's nothing wrong in imagining that you are so fulfilled that the entire world has nothing to offer you. Your cup is so full that there's nothing in the world which can now increase my cup, fill up my cup hereafter. I'm full. Security-wise, no insecurity. Fear-wise, no fears. Well, it's a dream. Imagine, but that is what it is. My heart is seeking that. We are basically seeking that, and all our striving is indicative of that deep love in my heart. Otherwise, why should we be seeking joy and security and happiness and whatever it is? So let us identify. Just as my stomach says, I want food. My physical body says, I want security. So also my heart is saying, I want fulfillment. How much fulfillment? When we analyze our various experiences and aspirations, then we see that I certainly want something. In fact, I am compelled to do something. There was a car which was going on the Bombay-Pune highway, express highway. And a guy was on the side on a two-wheeler, a youngster. He was going on a ride. And the car, it just flew past that guy. So he felt a competition. He said, okay, I am going to show you now. And the fellow, he accelerated and the fellow passed the car and waved also. You see my speed, my bike? And then again that fellow, passed this bike also. 1 or 2 times this happened. And thereafter the car fellow was waving frantically at this fellow. He says, and this fellow was showing his thumb, I am not going to let you win. But then he discovered that something is wrong. And he, came near. He says, what is it? You saw my bike, this bike, and it's beautiful. He said, no, my dear friend, I want help. He said, what help? My brakes are not working. So don't think, I was just driving. Imagine my condition, I am going full throttle and no brakes. I am going doing everything in my life. I am doing something, but I cannot stop that. Freedom is not merely in doing. There are so many people who request a mantra, I want to start some meditation. I don't know what is the problem, most of the problem. People who are facing this problem, I cannot think, I cannot concentrate. I want to think about this mantra with all my heart and soul. But whenever I take up this mala, at that time I don't know what all thoughts start coming. I realize I am not even free to take up one mantra, do japa, one mantra with full attention and focus and concentration. That time I realize. So many problems. Look at my helplessness. I can't even think about one thing properly. I have taken the resolve that I am going to do this. I have taken the resolve that in the early morning I'll get up and do some exercises and yogasana and dhyan and pranayama. And when you get up in the morning, most of the people say, my own intellect will start giving reasons. After all, why are you going to do meditation? More ananda. Well, stupid fellow, you are getting ananda right now and you are leaving this ananda, and what do you do with that ananda? Can't sleep. Hamari buddhi. It keeps on giving funny reasons. The incapacity even to do anything what I want. So many times it's not there. Nobody wants to become, ashanta, devoid of peace. The majority are there. Stressed, despondent, despaired, depression. It's not of free will. They are compelled to do that. Whenever there is a compulsion to do something which you do not want, that is bondage. Freedom implies that you can do something and you need not do something. In case if you wish, so easily you can give up anything. Can you be a master of your mind that you switch on your mind and you switch off your mind easily? Switch on, switch off, as though you are the master of your mind. He says, no, that is not the scene here. I am being compelled to do something. So there are so many things when we observe that we are not really free. We are compelled to do that. Whenever there is a compulsion to do something, whatever I am, that is called limited bondage. We are limited. We are confined. And we are being compelled also. That is the scene. This is what I want to basically handle. I want to address this personal, intimate problem. And the entire spirituality is addressing this problem. It is not about, getting some divine experience and light, somewhere, enlightenment, and I was sitting below the Bodhi tree and suddenly something happened. It's not about one experience. It's not about, getting some beautiful sound and light show and whatnot. But it is a permanent solution that I am thereafter free. I don't have the knowledge. We have been addressing so many issues in our lives. And every sensitive, intelligent person has to someday address this issue. That whatever I am, I may be blessed in so many ways. Yet, it's also a matter of fact that something is lacking. I am not complete today. I have my own insecurities, I have my own fears, I have my own lacks. So many things lacking in me. I want greater joy, I want greater security, I want greater love, I want greater fulfillment. What does it mean? It means that whatever I am today is not complete. I can be more complete. Whenever I am not complete, it is called apurnata. I am apurna. And I want to be purna. This journey from apurnata to purnata is called the journey of spirituality. This is called adhyatma. Adhyatma means that which is pertaining to myself. So today, I have something which is lacking, and therefore I'll strive, I'll think, I'll explore all these things, and ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to be fulfilled. Just as when we sit down on a plane, at that time the air hostess will come and guide us. This is how you put on the belt and everything, and then she said, suppose in case if there is, the oxygen level goes down, suddenly, mask will fall from the top. And please, in case if you have family, first put on the mask on your face, and then you can help anyone. As long as we are basically incomplete, which implies that I'm insecure also. I have some lacks also. I have some fears also. I have some problems also. I want so many desires to be fulfilled also. Then do we really help others? Or we make others just instrumental for your convenience? Most of the relationships, they are not to give but to take. It's a mutual convenience. It's a mutual give and take. And that is how it goes. And in case somebody doesn't fulfill my requirements, my ego gets hurt on the other hand. There's a problem in life. So the right education is always that apna mask laga lo, and then you can help anyone. You take care of yourself. And this is possible just by some knowledge. You don't have to, go beyond the space and get some stars from there and whatnot. It's not required. Merely by some self-knowledge, self-exploration, you can, sort out this problem. That is what these masters are saying. The message of these masters is this, that merely by some self-knowledge, you can settle your account. Whenever you think that, you are going to get greater joy and security and fulfillment and whatever it is, from something outside, please question my proposition, and not you are never going to be happy. Whenever you want to know fulfillment, security out of dependence, that is not the way to go. And not only that, my proposition is that you cannot be fulfilled by depending on anything outside. The other part of my proposition is that you are basically complete, divine, beautiful, unimaginable. Do you want to believe that? Has anybody, told so beautiful things to you in your life? That is what the proposition is. And they are saying that, please believe me, you are complete, you are an ocean of bliss, you are infinite, you are timeless. And all these kind of things, which we have never heard about ourselves. Here are these masters who dare to say this. And thereafter he says, I'm going to prove that to you. I logically present this proposition. And you can rest assured I'm going to give you ways and means to awaken to this reality. It's nothing less than that. We want a world where everybody is complete, fulfilled, and whenever you are complete, you have no axe to grind. Then alone you can really love others. Real love is not out of, some egocentricity, selfishness. In fact, selfishness is the greatest impediment in any relationship. Whether personal level, society, countries, all the wars they are being fought because, some egocentric problem somewhere, some rulers and some dictators. And we know that at the personal level also. All the frictions, they come about only when you are hurt. Your ego is hurt. So beautiful relationships cannot be there. In case if I continue to be in this so-called bondage. This is bondage. Our definition of bondage. Maybe, people, they are defining bondage in different ways. But the Vedantic masters, they say, you don't have any other bondage except the fact that whatever your perception about yourself is, there is something lacking in that. Everything is fine. This world is beautiful, people are beautiful, look at the stars and the birds and the flowers, everything is so beautiful. There is no problem anywhere. The only problem is, I am getting a toothache. That is all. I am having some problem. I am having migraine, I am going to enjoy this beautiful world in case you are having a splitting headache. And here it is not headache, it is something still deeper that I myself am very insecure. In the morning I saw, some dogs barking outside, and our Daya, he was in the hands of Nina, and the fellow was shivering. Such a bad world outside the gate. Inside the gate is such heaven, and outside is terrible. They couldn't imagine that. The fellow was literally shivering. In case if I am having problems, how can I really enjoy the beautiful world? Now how do I go about throughout our lives? We continue to be limited. We are compelled to depend. We are compelled to seek. We are compelled to desire. We are compelled to relate. You don't have any other option. And whenever you get related, you're taken for a ride, and you go for a ride. Initially very willingly, and thereafter you cry, what the hell? I thought this guy was better, he was fine. And thereafter, this is going to continue. Anything. And it's not about other people. They're also having the problems. The world is like a hospital, everybody is having problems. And one patient is treating other guy. Is there a solution from this whole scenario? This is where there is. I'll just give you one knowledge, nothing else. I'm going to tell you some secret about yourself. Please pay full attention to that. And in case if you go very deeply into the truth of yourself, I can assure you, all your problems will disappear and the very foundation of your life will be completeness and fulfillment. Imagine what a beautiful life it would be. Is there such a knowledge? Well, we have gone into so many knowledge, and then we have experts of so many knowledges. All the great scientists, doctors, engineers, they have really given their heart and soul, and they've changed the world. Look at the computers, look at the satellites, look at the medical treatment, the operations, and the tests. Nowadays, you feel scary when you are asked to do MRI. Taken inside something at that time and come out and know what's going to happen. Strange. How amazing. The transformation in science in all departments is amazing. People have really gone very deep. Very interestingly, nobody has gone deep into their own self. These very scientists, who are treating everybody outside, they are having hell of a time in coming to home. There are such a huge list of problems. And having, a bossy wife or a husband sitting on top of you, and there are insecurities, there are hurts, ego problems. How do we solve? Do we need a political party outside who will change the whole scenario, economic well-being and social well-being? No, sir. That's not the way. In spite of all the well-being in so many countries, people are having so many problems, conflicts. There are the countries where drug problem is the highest. That is the scenario. Because they are having problems inside the mind. So many people, they are looking up to the east, that maybe you have some solution. We have changed the world outside, we have explored, we have studied beautiful things outside, but nobody is going inside their own self. And here are these masters who are saying that I have got this knowledge, I have got this wisdom. It's like a mirror. You see the truth of yourself. So, we have just today explored this fact. That what is this knowledge all about? It's called, Moksha Shastra. The scriptures who are, revealing the science of freedom to us. We explored that what is the possible bondage. And we appreciate it, otherwise there are no problems in the world outside. The only problem is that, I am not complete and therefore I am compelled to do so many things, whatever I have to do. Can, somebody address this issue? So this is what this is all about. Vedanta is that science of self-knowledge. It is just knowledge. Unlike any other knowledge, This is a classmate self. It's different. In what way is it different? Well, there's a category of knowledge in the world where, having got the knowledge, you have to implement that knowledge. I've learned gardening, and thereafter, till the time you start, doing the gardening, the knowledge is not going to bless you. I've learned computers, but till the time I start, tapping the keyboard, till the time, this knowledge is not going to bless me. Software, hardware, it has to be followed by karma. And therefore most of the time we think, I've got knowledge and thereafter I'm going to implement that knowledge. He says, well, there is knowledge in which there is no implementation. Knowledge itself is the fruit of knowledge. And I'll give you an example for that. And the example is there were, 10 children in a school, in a village school, Gurukul it was. And once, they got the news that in the village nearby there is a fair going on. So they requested their teacher, sir, we want to go to the Mela. We want to enjoy that. He says, no, you are too young for that. I'm busy, I'm sorry that I cannot take you, but you can't go by yourself. So there was a slightly elder fellow, he says, no, I'll take the responsibility. You can rest assured. I'll take them very nicely, take them to the Mela, and then I'll drop them back. So, okay, fine, if you're so confident, then I'll give you permission. So the teacher gave them some money also, and permission, and all the suggestion that take care of yourself, don't go here and there, keep on catching the hand of especially small children. And especially when you're crossing that small river, be very careful, it's very slippery also. So, fine. They went and had a very nice time, and before sunset, they started going back, and they finally came to that small river also, and crossed it. And as the final count, that monitor started counting everybody. And to his amazement, he saw that there were only 9 children. He was very worried. He said, where has the 10th fellow gone? Has he slipped in the river? Or has he been left on the other side? Or the fellow is some naughty guy, is hiding behind some tree? So he asked few fellows, please check out there. And he sent 2 fellows there, 2 fellows on the east and west and on the side. And they could find the 10th fellow. And they were very despondent, sitting in a circle. They started crying literally. So some Mahatma was passing from there. He says, why? What's happened? My dear children, why are you crying? He says, well, Maharaj, this is the story. 10 of us went there and one is lost. How are we going to go in my Gurukul? My teacher is going to really spank me hard. So he saw and he, got the solution. He said, I know where is the 10th fellow. You know where is the 10th fellow? He said, yes. And please tell me. He said, I'm going to tell you. Certainly. Stand in the road. And he asked the boy to count again. And he turned to this guy and said, you are the 10th. You're not counting yourself, my dear boy. In your excitement, you are just looking outside, counting everybody except yourself. Tatvamasi, you are that. When this is the nature of knowledge, don't you acquire that 10th guy in that very moment? Is there any implementation? So there is a knowledge in which there is no implementation. And when there is no implementation, knowledge becomes of paramount importance. In others, you can take the knowledge lightly, and therefore the students even go to the coffee house and sit down with their teachers and have coffee together, and they can take knowledge very lightly. Because later on, only that fellow is going to succeed, who is going to implement that knowledge. Here, there is no implementation. The revelation will be right here and now. At the moment this knowledge is revealed, it's the truth of myself. And when the truth of myself is revealed, at that very moment I acquire the truth as though. In case the truth is complete, is fulfilled, is Purna, the moment I point it out, this is Purna. You have got Purna. So one has to be very, very serious and attentive about this knowledge, because right now here, therefore in this knowledge we don't have to implement. We can take sannyas. I'm not asking you to take sannyas, but I'm telling you that this is the nature of knowledge that you are going to acquire. This is just symbolic. That I don't have to do anything. I acquire the Purnata, completeness, fulfillment, just by knowledge. Just imagine the beauty of this knowledge. Just imagine the class of this knowledge. Merely by this knowledge, you are going to see the truth of yourself. So in this way, this is the very nature of knowledge which we will be going to study now. So I have chosen one text which is called Drg-Dryshya Viveka. This text is a revelatory text. It reveals the truth. It's like a mirror. This text, will reveal the truth of my real self. And again, I'll bring back what I started from, that don't accept what I say. Howsoever beautiful it may appear to be. Who has told you in this world that you are infinite? Everybody has been telling, stupid fool, rascal. This is a small child, he says he was not well. He told his father that, I'm not well, please take me to veterinary hospital. So, alright? Veterinary hospital? He says, yes. He said, why do you want to go to veterinary hospital? Because you guys keep on telling me, tum gade ho, tum sor ho, tum malai ho, tum ullu ho, tum you have been using all the names of animals when you are addressing me, so when I am not well, I want to go to veterinary hospital. So this is how people have been addressing us. Nobody has in the whole world has said to me that you are complete, you are infinite, you are divinity, you are Purna, you are Brahma and whatnot. Such a rare knowledge. So here we are going to study that knowledge that we are complete. So behold now, that knowledge is going to be unfolded. It's a great blessing of God to get this opportunity. I personally believe that. And I'm so happy to see that all of you, you are very devoted, sincere. You started this study with, Puja of Bhagavan Shiva. It's my conviction. Religion prepares for spirituality. A good religious person is the best preparation for your journey within yourself. So, it's so nice to see that you started this course, this camp, by invoking the blessings of God, by thanking Him in so many ways, and thereafter, I'm sure this, when God Himself is blessing you, helping you, nobody can stop you. Except your own self. Except your own mind, But that is no issue. You take your own time. And we will start this text from tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Namah Parvati Har Har Mahadev Narmade Har Bolo Ganga Maiya Ki